Awesome.
Stay over here.
Hey guys, pleasure to meet you all. I'm Etrit, I'm one of the co-founders of Code Labs. I think a good amount of you guys know who we are, but I will make it really quick and then kind of tie back the story to Heinz and everything else with the offerings and what we're doing with our channel partners. We founded the company in October of 2017, but one thing that we're really proud of, and we want to continue to do this, and how we continue to do this is by having the right channel partners, is by keeping our 0% churn rate. We're doing business globally now, and nothing makes us more proud than delivering the best client service. We can all deliver technology, we can all deliver everything, but finding the right partners and building the best client service allows us to scale into other verticals much easier, and then know how that's working and stay behind them and continue to build for them and for their end users. I think from our perspective, we've been, some of the things that a lot of our channel partners and end users like Heinz, not Honeywell, sorry, appreciate is that different verticals, we can still have the same type of platform with configurability and cost effectiveness, because that's a really big deal. Some of the products that we offer through our cloud platform is we can give different applications very easily and normalize globally, or regionally, locally, or for a campus, depending on, regardless of what they have within their buildings. Because it's easy for me to say regardless what they have within their buildings now, is because Heinz and the rest are pushing everybody to be more open, so much easier to continue to keep scaling. Some of the things that differentiate us is we've been able to develop over 140 plus different APIs on the cloud, so then it's much easier for all channel partners. They can create their customizations for no code right now, but they can continue to turn things on and reuse a lot of things that they're doing from client to client with a separate database, with separate ownership for that data and everything else. And then some of the other applications we can go through more and more. Obviously, you can learn at the booth as well. We see net zero goals starting to change more and more because our clients, our channel partners are getting much more serious about this. And then our channel partners, end users, are demanding it. So us working directly with some enterprises like Heinz, Quadrille, Ford, and many others that are in the room, is allowing us now to be able to find data where, a Heinz, for example, they have their own data hub. They don't just have code, because they have many other things going on. But within their data hub, they're finding data where now they can go back, for a while, we have, Niagara is Niagara. You guys know how powerful Niagara is. Don't need to tell you that. But now Siemens, Delta, Distech, and many of the others are already on our cloud. They're developing it themselves. They're building their own API. They're making sure that they're putting the investment in, because when you're doing over $100 million in business with somebody, and they can tell that because now they have data to be able to tell that, kind of have, it starts to change the landscape. And the only way to really reach net zero is, like Sarah said earlier, HVAC's a big deal, right? And HVAC is one of the bigger problems. The other ones are easier to continue to keep going. So cloud allows us to build the right partnerships, but it's also allowing a lot of these different, system providers to really show what they've always wanted to show for a long time. And, they want to work with everybody too, right? So the direction is followed from our perspective by the large end users, and the end users are getting smarter. And not that they weren't smarter before, but they're hiring people who are really looking into this because AI and everything else is coming into place, and we're just not ready for it. Like, we can be honest with ourselves. There's nothing in buildings that's really ready to go deep and autonomous. But we can get there within 2-3 years if we do it together and do it right. And this is where kind of talking about our blueprint for success for partners, it's a big one for us, because we see that, when we started, we had to go direct. We had no choice, because none of you guys would have used us, right? It's like, it's not possible. You wouldn't have trusted it. So we had to go and really scale and build it up and have a Heinz and have some of the others show that, hey, we're looking at this completely differently. And to show the power of cloud, now with our channel partners, some of the things that we're able to do is give them multiple data sources much faster on the cloud, normalize their data. How we see it is we give them a big enough database where they can see how they should also be bringing things in. We allow them some openness, but really we give them a structure because they have to have a structure. And that structure is provided by many of the different open source protocols that are out there, as well as obviously what we think works well. And that's connecting and resonating well with these channel partners because they're offering it up to their clients and they're liking it and they're seeing value, they're seeing the difference. I think some of the other ones are, we just don't, I was a system integrator. I was in controls. We don't finish projects. It's really hard to finish projects. So we're building some tools like digital commissioning and other things to be able to at least digitally commission most of your systems and then continuing to keep going. Some of the things that we've been trying out that have been working really, really well in scaling is some white label offerings. And now that's going to be coming soon here shortly. But these are some amazing partners, obviously, that we have and many others. They've been trying it out. They're going much faster. They're really normalizing. And what we're seeing is they all have the recipe for success. And they have many systems that they're installing and offering. But what they do need more and more of now is smarter service. They can't just do the same thing. They have to be able to go further, and they have to be able to do more with less. So that's kind of what we're trying to offer more and more. Do we have it all? No, we don't. But what we do have is the ability to listen and hear closely what everybody wants and needs and build it fast, because that's what we do. And that's kind of what helps us continue to keep going. Some of the other parts are, I'm going to make this quick because you guys are used to these type of presentations, but these are all in the cloud. A big one for us is where Jeannie's actually helped us with her team. They worked together with us because they had many different work orders, right? We always got this right, but never really, really got it right because there was always so many issues. And now working with Heinz at the global level, we can comfortably say that we are the closest we've ever been to automating workflows and tying digital commissioning and everything to that, and then obviously working with the rest. Because even these guys have no choice but to open up now. So it's not just us that we've never opened up more, but everybody has to open. Some of the things that we're doing now and why we're also partnered with Cochrane Supply and everybody else. With Cochrane, what we're doing is we're updating more and more of the specifications for these larger clients, and some of them that are here that we're talking about. We're trying to keep it more open, and that's a very vague thing to say, but what do we mean by that is, in the cloud, you may have 1 or 2 Heinz buildings. You may have 10 Heinz buildings. You may have many other buildings. We have a Launchpad. It's a true enterprise platform, but it has cybersecurity there. It has everything else that you need, and then you get access to those buildings because they're owned by Heinz, right? So just like the property is owned by Heinz and everything else is owned by Heinz, it's easier to get access, it's easier to pre-qualify to do more, and it's easier to see everything on code and through the Heinz, let's say, database. I think from our roadmap and what we're doing this year, we like to, obviously our goal is we want to continue to go fast because people need things faster and they need it right away because they're on projects, they're on different things that they have going on. Some of the things that we're seeing more and more now is we are putting out a preventive maintenance tool. So you're going to be able to schedule what kind of service, everything you need to do within your floor plans, within buildings, within the calendars, with 5 to 10 minutes, because most of those engineers and property managers need it, and they have it kind of separately, and sometimes it's living in smart sheets, maybe work orders, maybe other places. So we're allowing that to happen because a lot of our channel partners that you kind of see want that too, and they want to be able to offer that because it makes their service smarter, and it allows them to see what's happening and then see digital commissioning right there. We have another 35 plus APIs that are coming out this year. We are working on a lot of, some research stuff that we have going on, but one of the big ones is we're developing the tool where no one is going to need to actually build or develop APIs on our platform. You have an API, you can do it just like you program a building, no code whatsoever. You'll be able to do it by yourself within 2-3 days. So that's $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 charge that you get to build an API is going to be gone. And that's going to allow you to be more competitive, but also the end users to have what they need at much better prices. Intuitive Partner Hub, 15 seconds. So I think the last thing that we have is it's really great to see how we're moving along. It's actually amazing. For us, it was really hard from 2017 until 2022, really, because nobody believed in cloud. Everybody said cloud is not safe, it's not secure, all of that crazy stuff. And we were building on the cloud, right? So we had some really good believers, and now it's moving really fast. We've been profitable for that reason, because we don't want to go and have to beg for money or tell people that, because you guys earn your money. You're profitable. This is what keeps you going. For us, we've been profitable since day one. We did get a $30 million investment, $8 million investment about a year and a half ago. We have all that money still, which is allowing us to really prepare now for the next 2, 3, 4 years of what research and development we really need to do, what's going to work, what's not going to work. And because of our partnership programs, we're starting to learn a lot more what our channel partners want. And even some of our OEMs, like Legrand and others, they're starting to build on the platform. So we think that we do need to make, obviously everybody needs to make hardware smarter, and we need to work more and more together, right? And now, with cloud being a thing, we're really excited for that. So
you don't have that money, I'm going to spend it.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, guys. And if
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Hey, before you guys go, real quick. So I think for a lot of us, we're focused on on-prem or putting a system into a building, typically not connecting it to the internet per se. To use cloud resources is pretty common, right, today. Now, just question for you two. And again, we're talking all cloud here, right? This is all cloud stuff. This is nothing actually goes in the building from code. It's you guys are 100% cloud service provider. And so the question is, for the community, in front of the community is, I mean, like for you, Jeannie, I guess that's the question is like, what would it take to do it without, like, could you even accomplish your goals that you've been given if you didn't have a cloud perspective to it? Or
no, not at all. And I'll say a few things actually. So it's been mentioned before, so it's not news, but interoperability is a problem. That's where something like Kode and a cloud layer comes in. We're a global company. How do I connect 30 countries and get that data? Because we have investors that invest all across the country. So they want to know, what do my investments look like? Well, okay, you're in 16 countries and you have 18 buildings, how do we do that? But I want to say this, and I'll tell you, this is my current thinking, because everything is an evolution, right? So part of what's holding us up now is some technologies are not cloud capable, and so that limits our ability to integrate. So we're often having to put edge devices in and other things in to kind of make them cloud-like. That all needs to go away. I've got to squeeze as much dollars out of that as possible. But I'll also tell you from our operations and engineering perspective, their folks is, look, you can lose connectivity to a cloud. That can happen. I grew up in Houston. We have hurricanes. Stuff happens. So being able to operate the building locally when there's a disconnected circumstance is still important. So that doesn't mean you're completely off-prem, but it means you're thinking more along the lines of run and maintain, kind of cached operational sequencing and all those things so you can keep running for a small period of time. You're not going to be without the internet forever, but you could be without it for a week while Houston Lighting and Power is getting everything back online. Yep. So, having a hybrid approach, but I'll say cloud first, is really where we're headed, but we do understand from a disaster recovery perspective, business continuity perspective, the buildings still need to stand on their own. So that to me is a hybrid approach. Yep.
I can just add one quick thing.
Please.
You have to have obviously on-prem. You guys know this, but the thing is, the landscape is changing. Like for a while, Heinz knows this. Everybody else does. If you have somebody sitting on the third floor of a basement with a server right there and a really bad desktop, they're not going to help you meet net zero or ESG goals, because they're literally sitting in jail. So you got to kind of like move that up a little bit and change the mindset. And I think it seems like it's happening. So it's great to hear more.
So cloud is here to stay, folks. So let's just all get used to it, shall we?
Please,
All right.
please.
So thank you very much,
Appreciate it.
guys.
Thank you
Very
all.
good job.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you guys. Thank you.